Look into my eye. What's up, everybody? I'm back, and today we're gonna talk about my new bike. It is the 2019 Harley Softail Fat Bob 114. So what I ended up doing is I traded in my Softail Slim S, my last bike that I got from Harley, and I traded it in for this new bike. And I've got to say, I think it was truly one of the best decisions I've made in a long time. I figured we could take her for a little ride, but first, let's start her up. Now you'll notice that there's no more switch in the middle there. All you have to do is just start injecting it and turn it on. So the engine's got a nice little purr to it. Much, much quieter than what I used to have. But that's the typical sound of the Milwaukee 8. Nothing super special about it. I don't mind it. I like it to be a little bit more quiet. I have not felt a need to change out the pipes or anything. Overall, I'm pleased with it. Got your super bright headlight there, your tail lights, and your exhaust. Cool. And then she powers right on down for you. So easy, so simple, so smooth. All right, let's put some gear on and let's go out. Now that I got the gear on, you guys like my new jacket? Isn't this so trendy and cool of me? Just call me Construction Rider. Riding in the name of all that is construction. And in the name of all that is OSHA approved. All right, let's start her up. So one thing about this kickstand is it's got like a little double, it's like double action to it almost. It's got like 2 levels of kickstandedness, and that's one thing I've noticed. The bike feels incredibly light on the ground when it's in neutral, as long as you're on a flat surface at least. So this bike weighs a little over 700 pounds, I think, so it's pretty heavy. So this bike is super smooth. It feels incredibly light, yet also really solid. Like, I feel so anchored to the ground when I'm on this bike. Love, love, love the foot peg position, this forward riding position here. I thought at first that it was gonna like hurt my back with my feet and hands forward like this, but it is the most comfortable riding position I've ever felt. Normally when I ride, after the first like hour or so, my ass starts going numb and that's it. I start like kind of feeling uncomfortable. But this has yet to happen. Stock seat, they did a good job with it, in my opinion at least. Mirrors are pretty good. I feel like they could have been spaced out just a little wider. I really, really enjoy the speedometer here. Just the whole gauge, the cluster that's going on, the way that they set it up. It's super simplistic. It really only shows what I want to see, which is the RPMs. And your speed is digital here. You can go through the options of what you want to see on the bottom. Fuel remaining, time, RPMs, miles, everything like that. I like the fuel remaining. This bike only has a 3.6 gallon fuel tank, so, and you know, it's got a big engine in it, so you're definitely going to be filling up a decent amount if you ride a lot. And get ready to pay that premium gas prices. But yeah, shifting through these gears are super smooth, incredibly smooth. It feels almost like a car engine to me, which is weird. But I likes it. At first I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about it. My old Softail Slim, the S, it had the 110, and it was the twin cam. and it was just a whole different feel, and it had this big loud exhaust on it, and everything was like still smooth, but just a way different feel than the Milwaukee 8. So I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. But I test rode it and I was like, dude, the smoothness, it's like some silky smooth butter sauce. I can totally get down with this. And after a while I was like, wow, I don't feel so, I can go on these long rides and not feel so fatigued. Call me a wimp, but I really like it because when you're riding and your legs are like where they're supposed to be, it just feels like locked between you, you know? Like everything, your center of gravity, and just everything about the bike, the balance of the bike is like right here, locked front and center, right between your legs. That's what she said, but you know what? It's true. Cleaning this thing, man, it's matte paint. You gotta be careful with this. You can't be rubbing it around with some, you know, rough, dry, crusty towel. You gotta kind of watch the finish of this paint. There's really no wax or anything, from what I understand, that can be put on this. And after reading some reviews online and even just the actual owner's manual, it just states to use an ammonia-based window cleaner to clean this thing around. And so far it has worked. The other thing I have used is some nice warm soapy water with basically it's just dish soap, like Dawn or whatever, and that has worked. So when I get to an opening up here, maybe I can kind of wind it out just a little bit. This bike is, I still don't even have 1,000 miles on this bike yet. However, I have surpassed the break-in period. I'm past 500 miles. I took it nice and slow. Obviously, as Harley recommends for the break-in period, you know, don't rev the just don't rev the engine above, I think it was 3,500 RPM for the first 500 miles. And honestly, on this bike, that's pretty hard to do. If you ride like a normal person, like just, you know, I'm out for a ride and I'm enjoying myself, but I'm not in a hurry really to get anywhere or show off, that's pretty hard to get above 3,500 RPMs, I noticed. But I'm a tame person. Alright, people, get out my way so I can do something. So let's just get on the throttle a little bit here and you can see. It's very responsive, yet feels quite linear when it accelerates. I mean, it feels pretty smooth, and it definitely feels just as comfortable in the lower RPMs as it does in the higher RPMs. I think it likes to sit a little higher, but it's very comfortable either way. And that is it. Thanks so much for coming on this ride with me, y'all. We're going back home now. Bye. So overall, I feel that this bike is really unique and really special. It is a beast. It's a powerhouse. It's got some really unique styling. You're always going to get some curious passerbys, people that want to throw their opinion at you a little bit on it, whether it's positive or negative. I welcome both because I like to have discussions with people. So the bike's really brought me a lot of joy so far. I honestly haven't wanted to ride any of the other bikes that we have. Shh, you didn't hear that. I've just been so thrilled with this. It's been a really fun time. That being said, I do want to throw out there that, you know, guys, regardless of how you feel about the styling of this bike and the direction of Harley in general, just because you don't really agree with the styling or it's not your cup of tea, I don't think that's really a good reason to ignore all of the other aspects of this bike, like its performance and, you know, what it's trying to accomplish here. I think that they can both of those ideas can exist at the same time and be just as wonderful. So yeah, we don't need to ignore any of it. I don't think, at least. So anyway, yeah, thanks so much for watching, and if you have any questions, let me know. Bye.